Hello everyone. Business Control Online offers an automated health and safety file for contractors. But who needs a health and safety file and why? The Occupational Health and Safety Act and Regulations stipulates the responsibilities of the employer and the employee in the workplace. The construction regulation stipulates that the client is accountable for the employer's responsibilities and the contractor is accountable for the employee's responsibilities. The Act further makes provision that the contractor can be made accountable for the employer's responsibilities through a written Section 37 agreement between both parties and a health and safety file that proves compliance with the Total Act. The health and safety file contains three groups of documents: company-specific documents that is applicable to all project files and is uploaded once onto the system, the project-specific documentation that is required based on the hazards identified and records populated during the project. The system accommodates all three groups of documents. So how does it work? When you've activated your account, you can log in and you can start straight away. So your first step is to invite your participants. You will have a client and you might have subcontractors. So you go ahead, click on the button and invite your client. Once you've completed the information, you click on the invite email button and an email will be sent to the client to activate their account and participate in the project. They will not be required to subscribe. They will be able to access your project file only. Same happen with the invite contractor. Once you have invited all your participants for the project, you go ahead and you create a project. And then you save and you have created your project. Now you are ready to populate your file. You will land on a summary page that will keep your project file updated all the time. So your first step is to add your subcontractors, if you have any on the project, add your project workers. So let's add a project worker. Here you can add your principal contractor appointment letter if your client gave you one. Here is a template to download and complete yourself if needed. I'm going to upload one. Then it shows it's complete. The minute you choose the client, the project file will pull it in. It will do the same with a subcontractor if you already have an agreement with a subcontractor. You need to appoint a contract manager for the project. There's also post requirements. So let's go to hazards and we select hazards for the project. The minute you select a hazard, it comes up with a default risk assessment. You can then change that risk assessment depending on your project. When you go to summary, you have to select that hazard is applicable to you. So now it tells you that you have control measures, but they are not in place. So let's go to chemical. Your declaration that you will comply to the chemical substance regulation is not checked, and your declaration that your daily inspections of chemicals will be recorded on the daily inspection checklist is not checked. The minute you have selected that, it shows that it is complete. Let's look at heights. Your declarations is not done. So the minute you've ticked your declarations, it shows that everything is in place. So I've now selected the first employee. The first employee, if you go and look, all his trainings is uploaded, and that is why the file automatically pulled it in. His medical is also uploaded and he's cleared for those risks specifically. Well, let's go to the project that we've just worked on, project workers, and we add another project worker and we add Sally Simple. Okay, so immediately the system says that Sally hasn't had her trainings and she doesn't have her medical clearance certificate. So if I go to the summary, you will now see chemicals are not complete. So if I go to chemicals, it shows me the training is outstanding. It will tick the box when I load Sally's training records. And now it shows that chemicals is up to date again. You can also see here at the project workers, Sally's chemical training is not listed here anymore, and the client side rules is not listed here anymore. The medical is still outstanding, and you can see it here. The medical is still outstanding. I've got two project workers. Both have got IDs, one have got a medical. So let's go and load Sally's medical. So the medical certificate of fitness is required always. It is a general examination, but should there be any of these hazards present in the workplace, they must be noted on the Annexure 3 document, and the doctor must specifically clear that person for those hazards. So in this case, chemicals and heights are present, and we've sent it to the doctor, and the doctor has cleared her for chemicals and for heights. Okay, Sally, medical is not outstanding anymore. So this is what the system does. It controls your documentation for you. It checks what you've got in place, and it tells you what is outstanding, and it guides you to complete what is outstanding. It organizes it for you. You just need to upload it in the place where the system provides for you to upload it. What you will see now that we have selected more hazards, now there's a prerequisite document required, notification of construction work, and that is specifically because we chose heights, working on heights as a hazard. In terms of post documents, there are only 3 still required. I will show you, let's show an example. So let's select large projects. Suddenly, there are a number of, an agent needs to be appointed, an assistant construction manager needs to be appointed, a construction health and safety officer might be appointed, construction work permit is required, and a notification of construction work is required. Let's choose one more hazard. Let's choose structures. So now you'll see on the post documentation, there's now more requirements. Once you have completed your file and there are no more red parts, then you go to your health and safety file and you to the last part and you generate the file. You can download the file and have a look at all the documentation, or if you are familiar and happy with the file, you can submit to client. So I'm going to download the file. After you've downloaded the health and safety file, you can access it at the folder where you have downloaded it. And this is what it looks like. It's a summary of everything. It starts with the project description, then the client details. All the documents that you've got there you can access by clicking on the hyperlink. The health and safety specifications, the site rules, the Section 37 agreement, then the principal contractor's details, the appointment, the letter of good standing, the employees that the principal contractor will bring on site, their ID, work permit, their medicals, their training. So this is Bob Biter, all the training records and appointment records. You can access the training records. There's all the chemicals. You can click on it and it will show the MSDS. So all the documents that you've loaded that is applicable to the project will be listed on the summary, and you will be able to access it via the hyperlink. And this is what you will be able to have when you download, as well as what your client will have when he downloads.